electricity supply in South Africa remains increasingly unreliable. So with rising costs and ongoing service delivery challenges continuing to frustrate households and businesses, concerns are mounting over the affordability of keeping those lights on, as well as the broader uncertainty surrounding the country's energy landscape. For more on this, we're joined by South Africa's energy challenges. In fact, to talk about that and the cost of electricity, we speak to Vincent Maposa, who is the founder and CEO of, how am I saying it, Wetility. Wetility, there we go.
Good morning, Griselda.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on the agenda.
Great. I mean, there's no one who is not complaining about the price of electricity at the moment. And I think even worse during the winter periods, where you look at that statement and you think, what is going on here? I mean, how can we shape a new kind of utility that provides, improved customer service and also looks at addressing this heavy cost of electricity? And I mean, everyone is just buckling at the moment here.
Absolutely. I think we look at some of the data and the stats, right? You have households with total income of around 25,000 Rand, net disposable income of under 10,000 Rand, spending between 3,000 and 5,000 Rand on electricity every month. And in certain cases, like you've mentioned with winter, right, it's unpredictable. You get the shock of your life when you receive your bill and you're basically you're unable to predict that. So I think what it really comes down to is it predictable? Is it affordable? Can you see a clear path towards being able to pay for it, whether it's today or whether it's in the future? And that's the type of utility that we want to start engaging on and start providing as a service to South Africans.
Yeah. I mean, talk to us about that service. I mean, how does it make it affordable for me? I think the bottom line is, how is this different? How does this make my life better? How does this keep, I guess, a few more cents in my pocket?
Yep, absolutely. So Wetility has started a new product. It has a new product called One Bill. And basically what One Bill is about philosophy. So the first thing you do is you download the Wetility app and you start utilizing it to pay for your electricity bill. As a next step in that, you start getting rewarded for that behavior, which means that we're able to look at your electricity consumption. It becomes more predictable. We're able to predict where you go with that. Then the next thing is you get an AI-driven dashboard that predicts what sort of system you're then going to get from Wetility. And this is a solar subscription system.
And I mean, how do we make this more attractive to South Africans? What is in it for me? How do I, at the end of the day, ensure that this challenge that I'm experiencing now relating to electricity, this is something that is going to be able to help?
It's really about predicting how affordable it is. So when we take into account that we provide you with a guarantee on savings, and then beyond that, as you continue to use our Wetility app and you continue to use the One Bill system, you start to see all the savings, all the rewards, all the benefits that come from that. And it's predictable, and you get to monitor your consumption. You get to see energy efficiency tips coming through on the app, and that just drives that predictability and that certainty.
Yeah. And I mean, can we outline, for example, how independent power producers contribute towards, a new kind of utility that South Africans actually deserve?
Absolutely. If you look at, we've gone for close to a year, or is it slightly more than a year without load shedding?
Yeah.
But at a distribution level, we've had 91,000 or so power outages that we recorded through our Wetility system. And what that means is that there's a contribution that's coming from independent power producers to stabilize the system. They provided a significant amount of power. And we're looking about independent power producers on the utility scale side, and then rooftop solar as well contributing to that, as well as C&I solar that's contributing to that. So there is a play there for them, particularly given that the market is also transforming. We're moving to more an independent system market operator being in play. We're also going to look at choice. So customers in future will be able to determine from which generator they're going to source their power and be able to pay for it through platforms such as the one that Wetility is creating.
That's fantastic. And thank you very much for your time. We do appreciate it. Vincent Maposa is the founder and the CEO of Wetility, outlining the challenges facing South Africa's energy sector and the impact of rising electricity costs on consumers. I think everyone certainly is complaining about that.